When you put your heart in the Father, every step becomes steady and sure. Today's video, God's love unending share a message from Lord help you to move forward through life of sea with the divine light.
My beloved child, a soul weary amidst the ever-rushing current of life, listen deeply to what I am about to say. This moment is not a coincidence. It is a divine invitation, a bell tolling in the stillness of your spirit. In the past hours, not one, but 4 radiant souls from the heavenly realms have urgently sought to reach you. They have not come to disturb or confuse you, but to deliver a sacred message, urgent and full of love. A guiding light that you have unknowingly missed, distracted by the fleeting worries of the world. I know your ears have grown accustomed to the noise of the outer world, and your eyes are tired from staring at the temporary. But there is a truth you have not yet fully known. The world you see is but a fragile shell of reality. Beneath its surface runs a deeper current, where your soul truly lives, seeks, and yearns for answers. And right now you are standing on the threshold of something new, a sacred shift awaiting your recognition and embrace. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Psalm 32:8. Yes, these words are echoing in the depths of your soul like a familiar melody your spirit once knew but has long forgotten. Do not let that calling pass by again, my child. Do not let the message sent from heaven be drowned in the clamor of daily life. These 4 souls, they are not a coincidence, not a figment of imagination. They are messengers of light, sent to help you see what you have never dared to face. They know the questions hidden in your heart. They know the dreams you buried beneath the dust of disappointment. And they have come to cleanse your soul and restore the light you once carried from birth. But they need you. They need you to pause, if only for a few moments. To listen, to open your heart, to receive what has always been yours, yet never awakened. My child, this is not a vague calling, nor is it an empty comfort. This is sacred truth. A great event is approaching your life, a turning point that may shake the very path you are walking. There are doors waiting to open, but the key lies within your present choice. If you keep walking without stopping to discern your direction, you may miss the blessings heaven has prepared. But if you slow down, even just for 2 minutes, you will begin to see the signs, the whispers, and the truths you once doubted. I am not angry at your hesitation. I understand your weariness, the pain you keep hidden, the times you prayed and thought your words rose only to fall into silence. But no, every word you uttered, every tear you shed, I have remembered. Nothing is forgotten. And because of this boundless love, I have sent those souls to you, not only to comfort, but to prepare you for a new chapter, where peace is no longer an elusive dream, but a living truth in each breath you take. Ask yourself, how many times have you felt that something greater awaits behind the thin veil of everyday life? How often have you sensed that something is coming, yet could not name it? That is not coincidence. That is your soul remembering the call from heaven. And now, that call is sounding clearer than ever. Those 4 souls cannot reach you unless you are willing to open your heart. They will never force themselves. True love never forces. But they will remain patiently present, ever waiting. And this is love. There is no nil, no month, no... Imagine yourself as a traveler in the desert, thirsting for the waters of life. And right where you stand, a spring is bubbling beneath the sands. You need only dig a little deeper, listen a little closer, and you will find life. Your soul has long been waiting for this sacred appointment. Do not miss it. Do not let the world carry you away like a leaf on the current, when your roots belong to the divine. I am here, and I have never left. Even in your most lost moments, when you felt forgotten, those were the times I was holding you with unseen arms. But now, I need you to take a step. I need you to come forward, to choose the light amid the shadows. And that choice, only 2 minutes of your time, could open an entirely new life. The plans I have for you are not vague dreams. They are real, specific, and already set in motion within the flow of the universe. But you must be the one to receive them, to walk with me in this sacred journey. And to do that, you must lift the veil that has clouded your spiritual sight. You must be still. You must trust. And above all, you must love yourself. The precious soul I formed with eternal love. Give those 4 souls a chance. Give yourself a chance. A brief conversation, a silent invitation. This could be the first step of a profound rebirth. When you open your heart, wonders will begin to flow. And I promise I will be there, not only to witness, but to walk beside you, to guide you through the crossroads, and lead you to where you truly belong. This is a moment between heaven and earth, where time gives way to the sacred. What will you choose? Will you turn away, or will you pause? Take a deep breath and say, I am ready. I hope you choose the latter, for I, the Creator, have never stopped loving you, never stopped hoping in you. And you are worthy of a life that is whole, profound, radiant with light and grace. Now the door is open. The 4 souls are still waiting. And I, your Father, am holding your hand, ready to walk with you through the journey of awakening and restoration. Step forward, my beloved. The time is now. This moment is yours. These 4 souls, my dear one, are not distant figures or vague phenomena. They are true messengers from the heavenly realms, luminous beings sent by the infinite mercy of the Most High. Within them dwells light and ancient wisdom, truths your soul once knew, once touched, but slowly forgot beneath the layers of time and worldly burdens. Since the moment you entered this season of transformation, they have sought you without ceasing, doing all they can for you to recognize their presence. 4 times now, my child. 4 times in just a brief span, they have whispered, signaled, reached out in every form possible, hoping to catch your attention, longing for your openness. Yet your heart, though always yearning for the sacred, has been overshadowed by the noise of this world, worries about the future, old wounds still unhealed, and the invisible exhaustion that you don't know how to share. They do not blame you, beloved. They understand your weariness. They see the nights you sit in silence, trying to hear something, only to find deep stillness. It was in that silence that they arrived, patient, gentle, and full of love. Yet you could not recognize them, not out of indifference, but because your inner light has been veiled by the clouds of this earthly realm. They are your guides, the ones who illuminate the path ahead, not to impose, not to control, but to journey with you, to help you understand. Every occurrence in your life is not random, but a part of a far greater design, where your soul plays an irreplaceable role. These messengers do not bring insight born of guesswork, but wisdom from a higher consciousness, where all things are seen clearly, unhindered by time or space. They know you have prayed. They have heard your heart echo in moments that felt hopeless. And so, they were sent, that you might no longer stumble through the dark, but walk firmly in a light shining from the sacred source. And yet that light cannot force its way into your life. It can only be kindled when you choose to open your heart. Only when you acknowledge your need for guidance, for an invisible yet powerful hand, can the connection begin to form. And here, right now, is that sacred opportunity. A gentle invitation is reaching out to you. Pause for a moment, step away from the noise and busyness, and listen. Not with your ears, but with your heart, for only the heart can truly recognize the voice of the divine. Remember this: in every turning point of destiny, heaven never leaves you alone. These souls are the signs of that divine providence, a wondrous orchestration that, at times, only becomes visible in retrospect. But I, the Creator, do not wish for you to only understand this after everything has passed. I long for you to realize it now, so you may walk with intention, with trust, and with an unconditional love for yourself and the sacred path you are on. They are standing beside you in this very moment, right where you are, not in fantasy, but in a profound spiritual reality. Their presence is gentle yet powerful, subtle yet compelling. They have not come to live your life for you, but to remind you, you are the light. You are a part of the great unfolding. You are not lost. You have simply forgotten who you are. Ask yourself, if I, the Most High, have gone to the lengths of sending these 4 souls to you again and again, then what awaits on the other side of your listening? Could it be the peace you've long yearned for? Could it be the answer to a question you've carried for years? Or is it perhaps a healing so deep that no earthly hands could offer it, only the Holy Spirit? Do not believe you must fully understand everything before you can receive it. No, sometimes all it takes is a quiet nod, a brief opening of the heart, for the miracle to begin to bloom. These 4 souls are reaching out, patiently waiting, with a love so pure that it has endured every missed moment until now. And so I ask you, not as a command, but as a loving Father, are you willing? Willing to slow down, just a little? Willing to believe that life is not merely a string of trials to overcome, but a sacred journey where every moment carries eternal meaning? My beloved, heaven's time is not like human time. One still moment is enough to open the door to eternity. And that door, right now, is before you. The 4 souls from the celestial realms are still waiting, with a light in their hearts that never fades. Let this calling not be drowned out once more by the noise of the world. Turn inward, listen, and let this divine love awaken your soul like seeds nourished by the first rains after a long drought. For you are the chosen one, and what is arriving in your life now is not chance. It is a loving arrangement heaven wove for you before your first cry was ever heard. Receive it, beloved, for this is the moment your soul has long awaited. Do you know, my child, that your attention, the seemingly small act of choosing where to place your focus amid the countless choices of each day, is more precious than gold and gems? That very attention is the gateway through which miracles enter, the thread connecting you to the divine. And now, in this moment, your attention is needed more than ever. I know, amidst the chaos of life, you often think you still have time, that your tasks, your duties, your concerns are more urgent, more deserving. But hear me clearly, my dear one. Time does not pause to wait for a wandering soul. It flows quietly, second by second, carrying away opportunities that, if missed in unawareness, may never return. Can you feel it? That quiet ache, the unnamed yearning, a persistent stirring within your heart that keeps you awake some nights, lost in thought on quiet days. It is not random, nor is it merely personal unrest. It is the calling of spirit, the calling that I, your Lord, planted in your soul long before you could name it. That call is now rising louder than ever, because the sacred moment is near. And the messengers, the 4 souls I have sent, carry within them the missing pieces to the answer you seek. Not empty promises, but true wisdom. The kind that will help you face what's coming, not with fear, but with deep and abiding peace. They come to you bearing hope, a hope that cannot be dimmed, that does not depend on circumstance, that is untouched by the opinions of the world. It is a flame in the night, a light in the depths, warmth in the coldest corners of the soul. They come to you bearing strength, not the kind that battles the world, but the kind that stands tall when everything falls apart, that continues onward when no one else remains, that still believes when all else seems uncertain. And they come bearing guidance, like a father's hand leading his child through a muddy and perilous path. They do not come to dictate your steps, but to remind you, you were created for a sacred purpose, and there is a path meant just for you, beautiful, perfectly timed, and deeply meaningful. But, my child, all of this becomes real only if you are willing to listen. You understand? Listening is not easy. The world has taught you that noise is normal, that silence is strange, that stillness equals uselessness. But that is not true in the realms of heaven. In heaven, silence is where the Spirit speaks. Stillness is the fertile ground for revelation. So pause just for a moment and ask yourself, is my heart longing for something deeper? Am I still waiting for an answer the world cannot give? If you feel that, then believe that I am here. I, along with these 4 souls, have never left you. I have seen everything you have kept hidden, the fears you dare not name, the dreams you told yourself were too far-fetched, the times you fell quietly when no one saw. And I say to you, the time has come for you to no longer walk alone. These messengers do not require you to be perfect in order to be worthy of their help. They ask only one thing: your willingness. When you are willing to listen, you have already allowed light to enter the darkest corners of your soul. And in that moment, doors will begin to open. Not because you force them, but because you have aligned yourself with divine will. You cannot control all that is coming, but with the wisdom of heaven you can prepare to meet it with faith, with resilience, and with love. These four souls reach out to you now, like old friends from a life once lived. And they bring a gift no one else can offer: sacred understanding, beyond logic, touching the deepest part of your spirit. So do not delay, my child. Every moment not spent listening is a moment further from the goodness awaiting you. Stop, close your eyes, whisper in your heart, I am ready. And when you do, I promise you, their presence will become clearer than ever before. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6. That wisdom, you need not seek it far. It is already knocking on the door of your heart. If you open it, even just a little, the light will pour in, and your life will never be the same again. You are the one chosen to begin a new journey, the journey of awakening, of healing, of a sacred mission your soul has long carried. And it all begins here, with the moment you choose to listen. My beloved child, you now stand at a crossroads, a moment of both silence and intensity within, where every path before you holds a promise, but also hides the unknown. Your heart, though it has chosen sincerely and earnestly, still cannot escape the sense of confusion. You've tried to reason, to see ahead with hope, yet something still feels incomplete. A subtle emptiness not yet filled, a quiet voice not yet fully heard. Do not blame yourself for this, dear one. I see clearly how courageously you have walked. I know you did not choose the easy road, nor did you run away. But what you are feeling now, the hesitation, the uncertainty, the lack of clarity, is not failure. It is the soul's deep invitation, the invitation to open, to receive that which the eyes cannot yet see, but your spirit has always known. It is here, at this very crossroads, where reason fades and the soul begins to speak, that the four souls once again appear. They do not come to point fingers, to command, or to impose. They come as guides who knew you long before this life, when your soul danced freely in the fields of heaven. They carry the keys to clarity, not because they are greater than you, but because they see what your eyes cannot yet reach. And to receive that gift, the gift of direction, of understanding, of the right path, you must open your heart. To open the heart is not to listen passively. It is to dare to lower the walls built from years of wounding. It is to admit, I don't know everything. It is to surrender a little control in order to embrace a wisdom higher, deeper, and holier. You may be wondering, how do I know that these spirits truly exist? How can I tell the difference between their voice and my own thoughts? I understand that question, because I placed within you the gift of discernment and free will. But remember this: their presence is not to replace you, but to support you. When you are truly still within your soul, when you stop trying to control all the answers, their voice will no longer be drowned out by the noise of your worries. It will rise gently, not like thunder, but like a breeze brushing across your mind, lingering softly. That is when you will know, this is not me thinking. This is me being reminded. You see, the great decisions in life are rarely clear from the beginning. They are often illuminated gradually, like a lamp leading the way in the dark, not lighting the entire path, but just enough for you to take one step, then another, and then another still. And with every step taken in trust and openness, a deeper layer of understanding is revealed. These spirits, your spiritual companions who are waiting for you, do not pull you forward by the hand, but they shine their light so you may walk. They do not make choices for you, but they help you see more clearly what truly aligns with your soul, rather than what merely calls from the outside. You may feel pressured to choose quickly, to get it all right. But I tell you, you do not have to be perfect to begin. You only need to be sincere. Sincere in opening your heart. Sincere in admitting that you don't have all the answers, and willing to receive guidance from higher realms. And then, as you begin to listen, you will start to notice signs emerging. A chance conversation that strikes a chord with what you've been pondering. A dream, unusually vivid. A phrase someone utters that deeply stirs your heart. These are the languages of the spirits who speak to you, unspoken, yet powerfully felt. You don't need to see the entire path ahead. You only need the courage to take one step in faith. When you do, the clarity you've been longing for will come, not as a forceful answer, but as a natural unfolding born of your alignment with divine will. This crossroads where you now stand, though it may seem daunting, is a gift. Not everyone is called to such sacred intersections. It is because you are ready for a deeper shift that I have allowed you to arrive here, not just to choose a direction, but to choose a way of life. A life of connection, of gratitude, of walking with the divine. My beloved, do not be afraid. Hesitation does not mean you are weak. It means you are treating your decision with the reverence it deserves, and that is a good sign. But don't let hesitation turn into delay. Let sacred love lift your feet, and let these spirits illuminate the stretch of road ahead that you cannot yet see. When you walk with faith and an open heart, I promise you this: all things will become clear at the moment they are most needed. Not too soon, not too late. Just in time. Like every miracle I have ever performed throughout eternity. And in every step you take, you will not walk alone. You will be surrounded by light, by presence, by unconditional love. Walk forward, my child. This crossroads is not the end. It is the gateway to what your heart has long yearned for. And I, with the spirits of the heavenly realms, await to write the next chapter of this wondrous journey alongside you. My child, through all the days and nights when you've had to face the storms of life alone, I have been here, watching over each breath, each silent tear you've shed. I have seen it all, not with eyes of judgment, but with the gaze of a loving Father, always holding you in the deepest compassion. I was there when you felt small, when you doubted yourself, when you asked, "Am I worthy enough? Am I on the right path? Does this life have any meaning for me?" And now, let me tell you clearly, with unconditional love and unwavering truth, you are not lost. No, you are not on the wrong path. You have not been abandoned. You are not forgotten. In fact, you are exactly where you need to be, at precisely the time I appointed for you, long before you even entered this world. Everything you are experiencing, whether pain or darkness, is part of a greater plan you cannot yet fully see, but I see it clearly. And I am guiding you, step by step. You may not understand right now. Everything may still feel clouded and your soul may not yet find peace. But do not let confusion make you doubt my love. Do not let hardship convince you that I have left you, because I have never left you, and I never will. Even if you turn away, even if you question me, even if you fall again and again, I remain here, patient, silent, yet full of power, waiting for you to look toward the light. These trials, my beloved, are not punishments. They are not here to break you, but to forge you, to awaken in you a strength you never knew you had. I have called you to a life of greatness, not greatness as the world sees it, in fame and fortune, in recognition, but greatness of soul, deep understanding, resilient courage, unconditional love, and a heart that lives for something higher. You were not created to live a dull and muted life. You were formed by my own hands, with a clear intention and sacred purpose. Every step you take, even the hesitant or clumsy ones, brings you closer to the destiny I have designed for your soul from the beginning of time. And though you may feel lost beneath a sky of clouds, know this: I still hold the map of your life above every tire, every miracle yet to come. Let me tell you a story, a reminder from Scripture, that those called to greatness have also stood in confusion, on the edge of despair. Remember Joseph, the young son of Jacob. He was once so dearly loved, yet envied by his brothers to the point of being sold into slavery. From favored son to prisoner in a foreign land, Joseph lost everything. Taken to Egypt, jailed for a crime he did not commit, forgotten in the cold darkness of a cell. Years passed, and surely Joseph must have asked, "Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong?" But, my child, even through all that seemed unjust, my plan was unfolding perfectly. For in the end, Joseph rose to become a ruler, and through him, not only was an entire nation saved, but even the family that once betrayed him. I was with Joseph in the darkness of prison, and today I am with you in the most difficult moments of your life. Do not fear the dark. Do not panic when you cannot see the light right away. For that light, that is me, has always been within you. It has never left, only waits for you to return to it, to ignite it with trust, with surrender, with the love you hold for your own sacred journey. My beloved child, lift up your head. See my face in the ordinary signs of life, in the morning sun, in the warmth of an embrace, in the unexpected words that move your heart. That is me whispering to you. Keep going. You are not alone. The four spirits I have sent, messengers of light, are still standing around you. They see you not as you see yourself. They see you as stronger, brighter, more precious, and they are here to remind you of this truth each time you forget. Do not close your heart. Open it. Let my wisdom flow into you, seep through every crack of pain, and heal, not just your present wounds, but even the ancient ones buried deep beyond memory. For I did not create you to live in fear, but to live in love, in faith, and in freedom, illuminated by the light of truth. Walk steadily, my child. The road may twist and turn, but my hand remains firm in yours. And when you are weary, do not hesitate to return. I am always here, arms open wide. No distance, no blame, only love, unchanging, eternal. You are not lost. You are being led. And you, yes you, are part of the great work I am unfolding. Yes. Asonius Mexi, my friend, said I, you who have cut short my... Now, my beloved, is the time to truly listen, not with the ears of your body, but with the pure heart of your soul. For too long you have lived surrounded by the clamor of the world, the voices of judgment, the endless worries, the heavy expectations others have placed upon you, and even the inner voice of doubt. All these sounds have made your heart weary and dulled a gentle whisper I have always spoken to you since the very beginning. But now is the time to lay it all down. Set aside the burdens, even for a moment. Let your soul be still, like a calm lake untouched by wind. For it is within that stillness that truth appears. And this truth does not come to frighten or confuse, but to bring light, to soothe, and to restore. It is not far away, not some unreachable mystery. This truth lives inside you, in every breath, every subtle intuition, every dream you thought long forgotten. The four spirits I have sent, messengers wrapped in light and wisdom, are right here with you. They have not left your side for even a second, waiting only for your heart to open. They do not arrive in grandeur or loud proclamations. They come gently, like sunlight through a morning window, like a breeze brushing your skin, like an invisible warmth that envelops you when you stand among many and suddenly feel deeply loved. They bring a gift, the gift of awareness, so that you may see what you once lacked the clarity to perceive. There have always been doors open before you, but your eyes, clouded by fear and worry, kept you from stepping through. Answers have long been right before you, but with a heart still closed, you could not hear them. And now, these souls come to guide you out of the shadows of doubt, that you may walk forward in the light of truth, of freedom, and of love. On the Ghost Show, may walk forward in the light of truth, of freedom and of love. You are not alone, not ever. No matter how lost you may feel, no matter how convinced you are that no one understands the weight you carry in your heart, I am still here. I was there from the beginning, and I remain here now. Yet I love you enough not to force myself upon you, nor the ones I've sent. I only invite, gently, yet persistently, like a rain that falls until the earth begins to bloom. The help you cried out for, through sleepless nights soaked in tears, through hesitant prayers or even weary sighs, I heard it all. That is why I never let you walk alone. I sent souls who know the way through the dark, who have climbed the mountains you are about to face, who know where the cliffs are to warn you, and where the clear springs lie so you may rest. But it all begins when you admit you need help. Not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to know you cannot carry it all alone. When you open your heart to the presence of these souls, that is when you grant the light permission to begin its work within you. And you will see, things that once seemed tangled will begin to unravel. Doors once sealed will gently part. What once felt random will begin to hold deep meaning. Beloved one, true courage does not lie in being strong all the time, but in daring to be honest about your own fragility. And within that honesty, you will uncover a source deeper than anything you've ever known. The power of faith, the strength of sacred companionship. Look back on your journey. How many times did you think you were about to fall, yet you kept going? How many times did you not know the way forward, and yet a path appeared? You think that was luck? No, that was grace. The silent support of the souls who've walked beside you, even when you were unaware of them. And now, as I allow you to feel their presence more clearly, it is because I believe you are ready to receive something greater. Do not fear the light, for the light does not come to expose you, but to restore you. Do not fear the truth, for the truth does not come to condemn you, but to set you free. And do not fear love, for love does not come to bind, but to open the door you thought had been shut forever. You no longer need to struggle alone. The help you once desperately prayed for is now right before you. It is not distant, not imagined. It is real as your very breath in this moment. So, my child, open your heart, listen, step into the stillness and allow the light to touch your soul. These 4 souls are waiting, and I, your Father, have my arms wide open. This is the moment. This is the beginning. All you need to say is, I am ready. And all of heaven will begin to move to uphold you through every step of your new path. Beloved child, the very first thing the souls of light bring to you is the message of healing. A gentle yet powerful gift, one you have waited for so long, even at times no longer daring to believe it was real. But today, my dear, I tell you this with the full love of the one who created you. Healing is real. It is coming to you, and you are worthy of receiving it. I know well what your days have been. I am not unfamiliar with the wounds you carry in your heart, some bleeding since childhood, others you thought were forgotten, but were only buried deeply. I see every moment you tried to smile while your heart was breaking inside. Every time you pretended to be strong so no one would see your pain. But my dear, It is time you no longer have to carry that burden. No more hiding. No more pretending. It is time to let your heart be healed. Because those wounds, whether from circumstance, from others, or even from yourself, they do not define who you are. You are not your past. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not forever a victim of the darkness that once touched your life. You are you, a radiant soul, created in love and deserving to live wholly in the light. The souls I have sent do not come to reopen your wounds. They do not come to deepen your pain. They come to help you lay the burden down, to gently remove the layers of sorrow wrapped around your heart, to whisper to you, "It's enough. You don't have to carry all of this anymore." Because everything you truly need, peace, joy, forgiveness, freedom, is waiting for you on the other side of surrender. Is waiting for you on the other side of surrender. Be honest with yourself, dear one. Do you still revisit the past? To blame yourself, to grieve, to ask what if? Are there mistakes you cannot yet forgive yourself for? Are there people who hurt you so deeply that you wonder if healing is even possible? I understand. I see it all. But I also see what you cannot yet see. You are not stuck. You are not imprisoned. You can let go. And you deserve a life that is lighter, more peaceful, more whole. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means accepting that the past happened and choosing not to let it rule your present any longer. It is stepping out of the role of victim and into the role of creator, the one who has chosen to write a new chapter, not with tears, but with light. Letting go is not giving up. It is the bravest act, the act of a soul wearied of the darkness and ready to return to the light. Do not think you have to heal yourself alone. No, I have sent you unseen yet mighty hands. These souls will walk with you, hold your hand when you are weak, lift you when you fall, and whisper words of love to your heart when you forget how to love yourself. They will not rush, nor will they force. They come with patience and gentleness, like a breeze across a dry field, like cool water flowing into the cracked places of the soul. But what they need, what I need, is your permission. Open your heart, let them in. Let the light do what darkness never could, bring healing. You do not need to prove that you are worthy of healing. You do not need to do better to deserve it. My love is not conditional. Neither is my healing. It is a gift, and you need only to receive it. Be gentle with yourself, my child. Lay down what you've carried for too long. Let your heart breathe again. Let love seep into the broken places you thought no one could reach. Because I can. And I am, even now, through these words, through the souls whispering into your spirit, you are free. Step out of the past, dear one, not because it doesn't matter, but because your future matters more. You have a life waiting to be fully lived, a calling waiting to be fulfilled, a love waiting to be fulfilled, a love waiting to be embraced. You are free, and it is time you lived as one who is free. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. This is the time for wounds to be touched by unconditional love. This is the time for the heart to be healed. And this is the time for you, beloved child, to step into a new chapter, one of freedom, restoration, and deep joy. I am here. I am waiting. Come. Live. Be healed. My beloved, healing is not something that happens in a fleeting moment, nor is it an easy path to walk. It does not arrive like a cool breeze on a summer's day, causing all wounds to suddenly vanish as if they never existed. No, healing is a journey, one that requires courage, patience, and above all, a brave choice made from the heart. The choice to let go of what no longer serves your soul. That is the beginning, the first step toward deep and lasting restoration. And because it is the first step, I understand it is not easy. I know there are things you've held onto for so long that they've become part of who you are, even though they hurt. I see the pain you've grown used to hiding, the silence you've learned to keep. Some scars you believe no one sees, no one understands, and perhaps they'll never heal. But my dear, I speak this to you with all tenderness. There is no wound beyond my reach. There is no pain too great for my love. There is no brokenness that my grace cannot touch. I have seen it all. Every time you tried to smile while your heart was breaking, every moment you hid away in the shadows so no one would see your silent cries. And because I see, because I know, because I understand so deeply, today I come to remind you, you are worthy of healing. Do not let the past keep its hold on you any longer. Do not let the mistakes, whether made by others or by yourself, continue to imprison you in the shadows of guilt, regret, and fear. You are not defined by your failures. You are not a reflection of what has gone wrong. You are you, a soul formed by my own hands, beloved, chosen, and called into the light. The journey of healing does not erase the past, but it changes how you carry it. What once was a burden will become a testament to your resilience. It will be a living proof that love can heal all things if you allow it in. You may wonder, how can I let go? How can I forget what's been carved so deeply into me? I do not ask you to forget. I do not ask you to force forgiveness before your heart is ready. I simply invite you to begin. Begin with a small act, like a gentle exhale when you recall what hurt, like a quiet whisper, I'm tired. I don't want to carry this anymore. That's all it takes, just a small opening in your heart, and I will enter. I will do the rest. You are not alone in this journey. I have not left you to face the pain on your own. I have sent souls, messengers of light and love, to walk with you through every layer of darkness. They do not come to judge nor to scrutinize your scars. They come to support, to gently whisper, you no longer have to carry everything by yourself. They will walk with you step by step, stay with you when you feel like turning back, and become wings to help you rise when you are ready. Healing is not a straight path. There will be moments when you feel you've moved on, only to feel the pain return. There will be days you feel strong, and suddenly you break open. But I tell you, every such moment is another layer of pain being touched, another part of your heart being restored. Do not fear returning to the beginning, for you are not truly back where you started. Each cycle is a deeper spiral inward, a closer step toward true freedom. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Let these words be the root of your healing journey. You do not need to be strong to begin. It is in your weakness that I will be your strength. All I ask is honesty. Be honest with your pain. Be honest with your desire to be whole. Be honest with the exhaustion that has lingered far too long. My beloved, you have carried the pain long enough. It is time to lay it down, not because you must, but because you can. Because you have the right to live a life no longer bound by what is past. Because you are worthy of love, complete, whole, and free. Step into the journey of healing, not alone, but with me. Trust that my love is greater than any wound you have ever carried. Allow the light to enter. Let your heart breathe again. Choose healing. Choose yourself. Choose life. My dearest, the second message brought to you by the souls from heaven is a message of clarity, a gentle yet powerful light that can pierce through every cloud of doubt, fear, and confusion hovering over your mind. I see clearly how you have walked through so many days of uncertainty, where you no longer knew what was real, what was true, what was the voice of your soul, and what was merely the echo of the world. You kept searching for answers. From others, from writings, from teachings, from dreams, and even from the silence within yourself. But the more you searched, the more exhausted and tangled you became. And I understand. I know you've stayed up late thinking, fallen into long silences just to ask yourself, am I on the right path? Do the choices I've made truly reflect the deepest longing of my soul? Am I doing enough, being enough, trying hard enough? These questions are not wrong, my child. On the contrary, they are signs that your soul is awakening. They reflect a heart that listens, a mind that doubts not to reject but to go deeper, to live truer. But I also know that living among unanswered questions can be wearisome to the heart. It can feel like walking through a path shrouded in fog. You keep moving but don't know where you're heading. That is why I have sent those souls to you. They do not come bearing ready-made answers, nor do they lay out a detailed map for your every step. Instead, they bring clarity, a light from within, so you may see your path through the eyes of the Spirit. The clarity they offer is not the knowledge of the world. It does not come from logic or external certainty. It rises from within you, from the deepest place where I dwell. That place is not loud, not rushed, not forceful. It only whispers, softly but clearly, "This way, beloved. This is where your soul longs to go." You may not see the entire road. You may not hold the map, but you can know the next step. Just one step. If you pause, breathe, and listen to the light rising from within. Clarity does not come from knowing everything. It comes from trusting that you are being guided. Each time you choose sincerity over fear, trust over control, a single step forward instead of endless hesitation, you are aligning with that clarity. Do you know, the clarity of the soul is very different from the certainty of the mind. The mind wants proof, a plan, everything laid out before taking action. But the soul only needs a glimmer, a deep intuition, a quiet sense, a peace that defies explanation, to know it is on the right path. And that peace is what those souls now wish to stir in you. They are not here to decide for you. They are here to remind you that clarity already lives within. What you must do is no longer search outward, but return inward and touch the place where your soul is already speaking. My child, be gentle with yourself. Do not measure your worth by what you've achieved or not yet achieved. I do not see you through your accomplishments. I see you through my heart. And in my eyes, you have always been and will always be enough. Enough to be guided, enough to be loved, enough to be protected and walked alongside. I know that you long to live rightly. I know that you don't want to waste time, that you don't want to repeat past mistakes. But my dear child, mistakes do not rob you of clarity. On the contrary, it is through these very stumbles that you have been shaped to better discern what is true, what is truly valuable. Wisdom does not come from a life without error, but from the courage to learn from everything that has passed. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Psalm 32, verse 8. And Psalm 1. That is the promise I have given, and I have never broken a single one. You don't need to see the full path ahead. You only need to be steady, to place your trust in me, and to listen to the pure voice rising from the deep well of your soul. Let those holy souls illuminate the shadowy places of your mind. Let them remind you that you already know the way. You always have. You only need to close your eyes, listen a little longer, a little softer. You will know, and you will walk. Not out of fear of being wrong, but because you have seen the light. I walk with you in every choice. And whatever you choose, if you choose with a sincere heart, I will make that choice into the right path. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And the light of true wisdom, dwells within your heart, my beloved child. The final message, and also the most tender and powerful reassurance brought by the souls of heaven, is the message of protection. In recent times, you have faced many battles, not only outwardly, but within the depths of your being. There were moments when you felt as though you were drowning in invisible waves. Anxiety, doubt, weariness, and fear. There were days when you could not even name what you were feeling, only that your heart was no longer at peace. You may not have spoken it aloud, but I know you have been under attack. The enemy, the forces of darkness, the deceptive whispers in your mind, have tried bit by bit to steal your peace. They have sown doubt about who you are, about the worth you carry, about the path you are walking. They have made you feel inadequate, made you believe you are failing, that you are alone, that no one is on your side. But I am here to declare something clear, definitive, and full of power. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. You are being covered by a divine protection and invisible yet impenetrable armor that no enemy can breach. I am not watching from a distance. I do not leave you to face the war alone. I myself have surrounded you with my light, and I have commanded my angels to encamp around you. They are standing there, mighty, watchful and faithful, never taking their eyes off you. Though you cannot see them, they are acting. Though you may not hear their voices, they are fighting for you. No force of darkness can enter the ground I have sanctified, and your heart is that holy ground. Do not be afraid, my child. No matter how loud the threats in your mind become, no matter how overwhelming the trials ahead may seem, remember this: I, the one who created the universe, am with you, and no power can stand against me. The enemy may try to intimidate, may prowl like a roaring lion, but when I arise, all darkness must retreat. I know that fear has once ruled over you. I have seen you hesitate at what you could not control. I have watched you wander through the crossroads of life, searching for shelter. But today I am your refuge. Not a place to run away, but a place where you are restored, reshaped, and allowed to breathe again. Do not let fear be your guide. Let me, the one who loves you unconditionally, be the light that leads your way. Stand firm, my child. Lift your head high and walk in the promises I have spoken. Do not let the voice of the enemy drown out the promises of heaven. Though the world may shake, though your emotions may change, my word never changes. And I have promised. When the enemy rises up against you, I will raise up a standard against him. I will be a wall of fire around you. I will be the shield before you, and I will be the hand that lifts you from every pit. You are not alone. I say it again. You are not alone, and you are not powerless. What you are facing is not meant to destroy you, but to reveal that my power within you is real. When you are weak, it is then that I am strong on your behalf. When you are exhausted, it is then that I carry you in my invisible arms. Do not fear the battle, for you are not the one fighting alone. I myself will fight for you. Hold your faith, be still, and watch me act on your behalf. Your life, from its beginning to this very moment, has always been in my hands. And in my hands, nothing is meaningless. No detail is wasted. I hold you as one holds the most precious treasure. Nothing can take you from my embrace. Though the storm may rage, though the night may linger, I remain the light that never fades. And that light is alive in you. So, my beloved, be at peace. Believe that you are protected, not by worldly strength, but by divine power, by unconditional love, by my presence that never departs. Walk not in confusion, but in the faith that you are a child of the light, covered by grace and guarded by the very one who made the heavens and the earth. My dearest child, every word just spoken, every syllable, every breath, is not mere sound or hollow comfort. They are living truths, sacred fragments of a greater picture that is now being revealed to you. These are not just soothing whispers from heaven, but revelations from the deep, a light shining on each step you are about to take. A map I am drawing so you may walk the journey your soul was destined for, even before you were born. You were not born to wander aimlessly in uncertainty. No, you were not created just to survive each day with sighs and endurance. You were born to live a life of purpose, direction, and meaning. And I, the one who formed you, have prepared everything for you. A life that may not always be smooth, but one that is whole, for it is intertwined with the perfect plan I have long held in my eternal love for you. But, my child, for all these things to come alive, you must listen, not just with your ears, but with your soul. You must open your heart, not with doubt, but with the faith that I am speaking to you. That this is truth, a personal message meant for you and no one else. You must choose to step out of the comfort zone of delay, of avoidance, of fear. For time, my love, is no longer something to spend carelessly. Time is urgent, not because I am impatient, but because something magnificent awaits you, and it is drawing near. I am not calling you to become someone else. I am calling you to return to yourself, to the original soul that once radiated light, that once knew its purpose with clarity, that once felt its deep connection to the Most High. I call you not because you are perfect or exceptional, but because in your imperfection, I see a vessel worthy of being filled with grace. And it is your surrender, the opening of your heart to say, yes, I am ready. That is the key to unlocking everything I have prepared for you. Do not delay any longer, beloved. Do not let the whispers of doubt steal this sacred moment. Do not let rigid reasoning postpone your first step. For this very moment is the time heaven has chosen to plant a new seed within you. This is your moment, a moment unlike any other, a moment that marks the beginning of an entirely new chapter, not a repetition of the old, but a transition into something vibrant, meaningful, and alive. I am calling you, not just to hear, but to rise and walk. Walk into wholeness, walk into destiny, walk into that which I inscribed your name upon long before the world ever knew of your existence. This is no vague calling. This is a sacred invitation from heaven itself. Come, live, receive what has always been meant for you. Do not be afraid. I know you may feel fear. Fear that you are not enough. Fear that you might stumble. Fear that you will be rejected or unable to move forward. But I speak to you now with all the love of a father. I will never call you to a place where I will not go with you. I will never entrust you with a mission without also giving you the strength to fulfill it. I do not lead you into the desert without preparing to rain down manna from heaven. You are not alone. With every step you take, I am there. Even when you do not feel my presence, believe that I am always near in every breath, every glance, every dream, and every whispered prayer. I will be your light when the path disappears. I will be your voice when you have no words. I will be your comfort when your heart is weary, and when the enemy rises to stand in your way, I myself will go before you and raise a shield with my own power. Let nothing hold you back, not old wounds, not the criticisms you've once received, not the fear of being hurt again, not the memory of failure. You are no longer defined by the past. You are my child, being called into a future full of glory. And that begins with one decision today: to listen, to open your heart, and to step in. You were created to live a life of substance in the realm of the Spirit. Not just to exist, not just to pass the days, but to live with purpose, to make an impact, to love, to carry light. And I am leading you to the place where all of that becomes possible. not in perfection, but in surrender, in faithfulness, in the trust that I know you and I never choose wrongly. You are not alone. Engrave this truth upon your heart, for it is unshakable. I, the Lord your God, your Creator, full of mercy and truth, am with you. Not only when you are strong, but also when you are weak. Not only when you win victories, but also when you fall. Not only when you pray, but also when you fall silent in exhaustion. I am still there, and I will always be there. And pity. So, my beloved one, listen. Open your heart. Take a step. This is not just a message, it is a sacred call, a divine awakening. The beginning of a life in which every page has already been inscribed with your name. Do not hesitate. Do not turn back. Ahead of you is light. Ahead of you is wholeness. And I, your Father, am waiting for you there. Now, my precious child, I invite you, not with a shout, not with pressure, but with a gentle and urgent whisper from the very heart of your Creator. Give me 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. And offer them to me. A fleeting moment in the midst of your many concerns, but 2 minutes that can forever shift the depth of your soul. These 2 minutes are not meaningless time passing by, but a sacred space where you and I will meet, where life will be rekindled, where light will pierce even the darkest parts within you. Now, gain access, clarity. In those 2 minutes, let go of the noise. Lay aside your worries, the voices pulling at your mind. Be still and simply listen. For my messengers are near, closer than your own breath. They come not with doctrine or theory, but with living wisdom, pure and deep. The very truth you have longed for, yet could never quite grasp. They carry the answers you thought were lost, the direction you thought you didn't deserve. But the truth is, you are wholly worthy, because I have decreed it to be so. Trust in me, not with shallow faith or habit, but with a deep, wholehearted trust, like a child who believes his father will never let go. I know you've been disappointed, lost faith, believed that promises were just pretty words for comfort. But I am not a man that I should forget what I've promised. I do not speak just to sound good. I speak to fulfill. And I am fulfilling something new in you even now, but you must be willing to open your heart for me to do it. My dear one, trust the process. You may not see the movement, you may not feel much at all, but like a seed buried deep in the soil, something great is being prepared in the silence. Roots are growing, foundations are forming, and soon, very soon, it will break through, grow strong, and bear fruit, and you will know that every moment of faith was never in vain. Great things await you, not far off, not meant for someone else, but for you. A future brighter than you've ever dared to dream, a journey more meaningful than anything you've known. But to reach it, you must allow me to begin within you. I do not want you to carry the burdens of the past, the fears of the present, or the doubts about the future. I need you light. I need you honest. I need you to dare take one step of faith, even a small one, and I will do the rest. Let go, my child. Let go of unnecessary worries. Let go of the need to control everything. Let go of the voice that judges you. Let go of the things that once broke you. They no longer belong to you. You do not need old chains to enter a new door. I am opening a path, not for you to walk alone, but for me to lead you, step by step, breath by breath. The future I have prepared for you is one crafted in love, not by chance, but by the careful hands of the one who sees all things before they happen. It is a future that does not promise the absence of trials, but promises my eternal presence. A future where you will know who you are, where you belong, and why you were born. My beloved child, I know you are ready, even if you still doubt, even if your steps tremble, even if you think you are not enough. But I look deep within you, and I see the readiness even you cannot yet see. It is not found in perfection. It is found in the desire to live truthfully, fully, and to walk with me. And with that alone, I can work miracles in your life. So now, my precious one, step forward, not with feet heavy from worry, but with the steps of faith. Faith is not a fleeting feeling or a momentary inspiration. Faith is the courageous choice to move forward, even when your eyes see little, to place your trust in me, though darkness still surrounds you. Leave behind the land of doubt. Step out of long-held hesitation. Walk forward with a trusting heart, for there, where your faith becomes action, I will do wonders. And, my child, as you walk this way, understand this sacred truth. The souls I have sent to accompany you are not distant or mythical beings, not silent watchers from some unreachable realm, disconnected from your pain and your hope. No, they are intimately, powerfully, and genuinely present in your life. They are soul friends, heaven's appointed messengers, not only to guard you, but to understand, uplift, and walk beside you through every turn of your journey. They are not silent witnesses standing outside the story of your life. They are living, active companions within the unseen realm. Yet their impact is real and far closer than you realize. When you cry in the dark and no one seems to hear, they are listening. When you believe yourself alone in hardship, they are standing there, reaching out to steady you. Though you cannot see them with your eyes, you can feel them. In those moments of unexplained peace, in the sudden stillness amid chaos, in the dream where light touches the deepest place within, that is them. Not strangers, but the family of your soul. They know every twist in your past, every storm you've weathered, and every wound you've yet to name. They come not to judge, not to control, but to journey with you. Like true friends, they are patient when you doubt, silent when you need space, and they whisper when your heart opens to truth. Their presence is not a coincidence, nor is it a reward for those who are good enough. They are with you because I have ordained it so, because I know you cannot carry this sacred journey alone, and because I love you far too much to let you walk through the deserts of life without someone by your side. They were chosen to remind you of the light when you forget who you are. You may have once believed that the voices within were just imagination, that your intuitions were mere chance, or that the sense of a presence was only the result of a weary mind. But do not dismiss these signs too quickly. It is I who placed within your soul the spiritual sensitivity, so that when my messengers draw near, you would recognize them. And in recognizing them, you would no longer feel alone. You are not walking alone. Not only am I, your Heavenly Father, with you, but there is also a celestial team, ever ready to guard and guide you. They are present in every unspoken prayer, in every silent tear, and in each moment you almost gave up, but somehow found the strength to rise again. It was they who whispered hope into your heart. It was they who repeated the promises you had forgotten. So, my beloved, open your heart. Do not hesitate in their presence. Do not be afraid to call their names in prayer. Do not believe they are distant. They are only waiting for you to acknowledge them so they may enter your life more deeply. Speak to them. Listen to them. Allow them to become an inseparable part of your awakening journey. They are a tangible expression of my love for you. They are my assurance that I have never and will never leave you to fight alone. And child, if you listen closely, truly listen, you will hear each step you take, each tear you shed. There are other footsteps beside yours, not the steps of loneliness, but of souls walking with you, holding you steady, waiting for you to realize you have never truly been alone. So walk on, not only with faith in me, but also with gratitude for the souls I have sent to walk with you. They are gifts. They are an extension of my love. And they are here, right now, right beside you, to remind you, you are loved, you are protected, and you never have to walk alone. My beloved child, there are sacred things in your life that cannot be measured by the eyes nor understood by reason alone. The souls I have sent to accompany you, they are an inseparable part of your own deep and sacred presence. They are not merely messengers, not simply guardians or guides. They are the invisible threads woven into the fabric of your life's tapestry, a tapestry that only I, the Creator, can see in its full beauty once complete. They are deeply connected to you, not in ways that are visible, but in ways that only your soul can perceive. Each time you become still, each time your heart softens at a miracle without explanation, it is those threads shimmering, reminding you that you are not alone. These souls have been with you for a very long time, perhaps even before you were aware of your own existence. They are present in the gaze of a stranger that warms your heart, in the sudden thought that lifts you out of despair, in a dream you still remember after many nights have passed. They are not far. They are closer than you think. In this visible world, it is easy to forget that life is more than what is seen. But at the deepest level of being, all things are connected by light, by frequency, by love. And these souls, your divinely appointed companions, they are the sacred link between you and me, between you and your destiny. They influence the flow of your fate with subtlety and strength, like an underground stream quietly nourishing an entire forest. They weave through every decision, every thought, every step you take. They do not come to change you. They come to remind you of who you truly are, the radiant being imbued with the sacred purpose I inscribed upon your soul from the beginning. They do not impose. They do not command. They accompany. They gently redirect your path when you are lost. They stand patiently when you pause, and they rejoice with you as you move closer to the fulfillment I have planned for you since eternity past. You are never truly alone, not only because I am with you, but because I have sent those who love you with my love to walk with you, not just for a season, but through every phase, every path, every transformation. Whether you change your home, your job, even your beliefs, they do not leave, for the connection between their soul and yours transcends time and space. In their divine nature, they are not limited by matter, by age, or by distance. They do not need to be invited to appear, for they have never left. Even when you forget them, they remember you. Even when you refuse to listen, they persist in their whispers. They are the truest friends you will never have to earn, never need to please, never need to deserve in order to be loved. They love you because I love you. When you sit through a long and weary day and suddenly feel your spirit lifted for no apparent reason, it may be they have just passed by. When you face a difficult decision and suddenly feel clarity shine in, perhaps they have just illuminated a shadow you were afraid to face. When you feel as though no one understands you, remember, they have understood you for ages, for they have walked with you across many lifetimes. They have nothing to prove, they simply exist. And in their presence, gentle yet powerful, your experience of life changes if you allow it. If you open your heart, if you accept that some loves have no form, yet they endure forever. Dear one, listen to them. Speak with them as you would with an old and trusted friend, with no walls, no doubts. They do not ask for perfection, only honesty. And they have not come to take anything, but to give, through light, through guidance, through peace, through wisdom, and through deep healing. This is a divine arrangement. You were chosen, and they were sent. The bond between souls is not a random thread, but a sacred design woven lovingly into the fabric of your life. So, my beloved child, do not shut the door of your heart. Let them in deeper, not just at the edge of your awareness, but into the center of your being. Let their presence help you see yourself more clearly, see the path more clearly, see your reason for being more clearly, and see me more clearly, the one who has loved you from the beginning and who will love you into eternity. My beloved, there are things that exist beyond the reach of your senses, things your eyes cannot see, your ears cannot hear, yet your soul can perceive through a deeper level of knowing. The souls I have sent to journey with you are part of that sacred truth. Even if you cannot always feel them through touch, sight, or sound, it does not mean they are absent. Their silence is not absence, but a sign of a presence that is subtle, constant, and unshakable. Like air, like sunlight behind the clouds. Remember, the spiritual realm does not operate in the ways you're used to. These souls do not wait for a summons to appear, nor do they enter only when you feel the need. They have always been there, as an essential part of you. Their presence is woven into every moment, every thought, every decision you make. When you face a difficult choice and your heart suddenly finds clarity, when you feel yourself about to fall, yet are somehow upheld by an unseen strength, it is they, quietly intervening. They are not merely guides, they are keepers of wisdom. They carry within them an understanding beyond time, beyond space, a sacred intelligence, not meant to lecture, but to infuse into you through intuition, awakening, and lived experience. They do not speak loudly, they do not demand attention, but they are present in every deep transformation of your soul. Every awakening, every new layer of understanding you gain, every step forward in your spiritual growth bears their silent imprint. They never leave, even when you forget them. They are not passing visitors. They are residents of the sacred depths of your soul, faithful companions on your journey back to your truest self. Even if you have never said thank you, they are there. Even if you doubt or disbelieve, they still love. Even if you stray or fall, they remain by your side, not with eyes of judgment, but with hearts full of patience and grace. And the wonder is this: they understand you more deeply than even you do. They see the parts of you you've never dared to face, the wounds you've buried, the dreams you've abandoned, the inner light that's dimmed beneath too much doubt. They do not see you only as you have been, but as who you can become. They know your potential, your hidden strength, the unbloomed beauty you often forget amid all the noise and pain. They are witnesses to your journey, from before you were born into this world, through every chapter you now write. They do not walk with you for a moment, but from the beginning to the end. They know your past, they understand your present, and they glimpse the seeds of your future. Nothing within you is unfamiliar to them, for I place them at your side as firekeepers, path clearers, and memory bearers of heaven's voice. And my child, because they know you so intimately, they will never abandon you. When you are lost, they do not withdraw. When you push them away, they do not close the door. When you stop believing in yourself, they keep believing. For they carry in their hearts a sacred knowledge of your true essence, beyond every mistake and temporary weakness. This is love in its purest form, without judgment, without condition, without end. You may live without ever knowing them, but that does not mean you are living without them. They are still at work, gently adjusting, realigning, guiding you back each time you veer from the sacred map I have written. When your heart feels empty for no apparent reason, it may be their whisper inviting you to return to your inner depth. When you feel protected with no one in sight, it may be because they have just pushed back an invisible storm, poised to swallow your soul whole. Every facet of your being bears their imprint. No place within you is too dark for them to reach. No wound is too deep for them to understand. In every season of your life, whether it is one of blossoming or withering, they are present, like quiet gardeners tending to the soil of your soul, preparing you to bloom at the appointed time. So, my child, do not live merely on the surface. Go deeper. Be still. Close your eyes and utter a simple phrase. I open my heart to the sacred presence of the souls who walk with me. And then you will feel a gentle comfort pouring in, not from this world, but from the higher realm. Not loud, but profound. Not fleeting, but enduring. And as you open yourself to them, you are, in truth, opening to the brightest, most beautiful and whole part of yourself. My beloved child, there have been moments when your heart carried the weight of unformed dreams, unspoken longings, and hopes you dared not believe you deserved. You kept them hidden in the deepest chambers of your soul, believing no one could reach that place. But I want you to know this: the souls I have sent to walk with you, they see everything. Not with human eyes, but with the all-seeing, loving gaze of the divine. They know every quiet yearning within you. Nothing in your heart is too small or too vague to be overlooked. The brief, unspoken prayers, the silent hopes you cradle, the fleeting thoughts you send skyward, they perceive them all, clearly and deeply. And they do more than just know. They embrace those things with a love that does not judge, does not condition, a love that flows from my infinite mercy. They feel every emotion you live through, the pain when you collapse in silence, the fear when you step forward without knowing what lies ahead, the joy when your heart leaps over something small, the victory when you break past old limits. They are present in it all, never absent, never indifferent, in a sacred way that surpasses the world's understanding. They know you more intimately than anyone who's ever passed through your life, for they do not see you merely through actions, words, or achievements. They see you through the lens of my eternal love and wisdom. Through that sacred gaze, they see your potential, not just as you are, but as you are meant to become. Even when you doubt yourself, even when the mirror reflects only flaws, they, these divine companions, already see the brilliance I planted within you from the beginning. They do not need proof. They do not need perfection. They only need you to believe in yourself a little more, just as they continue believing in you every single day. Every choice you make, no matter how small or significant, is noted by them, not with scrutiny but with patience and deep affection. They do not merely observe, they support, uplift, and intervene. In every moment they are working, tirelessly, ceaselessly, preparing lessons, opportunities, and the doors that must open so that you may grow wiser and draw closer to your truest self. They did not wait for you to become worthy before stepping in. They were there even before you knew you needed help. They believed in you even when you dared not look toward the future. They prepared the way for you even when you were wrestling in the fog of uncertainty. They do not define you by your mistakes, but by the light I have placed within you. They see you as I see you, with hope, with glory, with boundless compassion. As it is written in Psalm 139, 2-3, you know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. I know you like that, and the souls I have sent are endowed with my love to know you with that same divine light. They do not merely watch from afar. They enter into the rhythm of your soul. They walk through your experiences, your trials, your turning points. And my child, because they know you so deeply, they never stop calling you out of the shadows. They gently urge you to believe in the light. They create moments in which you feel, somehow, someone is waiting for you, guiding you, calling you home. Not to a physical place, but to yourself, to the sacred being you were born to fully become. So do not be afraid to speak with them. Do not think yourself too small or unworthy to be heard. You are always heard, always seen, always loved. Believe that even now, in silence or in storm, they are still working for you, for your future, for the true growth and joy of your soul. And above all, know this: you are not forgotten, not abandoned, and never walking alone. These souls, like a team of light bearers, continue to walk beside you each day, each breath, for they see the treasure within you that you sometimes lack the courage to believe in. But I believe, they believe, and soon you will too. My beloved child, when you look back on your life, with its rises and falls, its unexpected turns and seemingly empty pauses, I know there are times you've wondered, what is all this for? Where am I going, and why? But I want you to know, you have never walked a single step of that journey alone. There has never been a sorrow, a decision, or even a fleeting moment in your life, untouched by the quiet, powerful presence of the souls I have sent to walk with you. These sacred companions are constantly seeking ways to draw you closer to my divine will. They do not control, they do not impose, but with persistence and grace, they call you gently back to your true essence. In every situation, every encounter, every seemingly ordinary emotion, they are at work, clearing paths, casting light, and realigning your steps so that they lead toward the wholeness I prepared for you from the foundation of creation. They long to see you live not merely to survive, but to embody the divine purpose I have etched upon your soul. A life not bound by fear, guilt, or judgment, but one of freedom, peace, and sacred communion. They rejoice when you release burdens that no longer serve you. They delight when you embrace your imperfections and still believe you are worthy of love and guidance. They await the day when you fully receive the noble mission destined for you, and they will not rest until that day arrives. They are not bound by time as you are. They do not see your life in years or events. They see your story in its entirety, from the beginning, when your soul was born in light, to the fullness of your return to me, radiant and whole. So when you fall into fleeting sadness or momentary doubt, they are not shaken. They remain steadfast, for they know you will make it through. They have seen the ending and they trust the journey. They trust you. For I have placed life, light, and hope within you. And my child, the wonder of it is this: they understand the meaning behind your suffering, not as the world sees it, random or unjust, but as part of a necessary spiritual shaping. They were present in the moments you wept alone, through sleepless nights soaked in tears. They did not look away from that pain. They stayed, holding you with healing energy and unending love. They are the witnesses to each wound, and also the ones who honor every time you rose from them and walked on. They see the hidden wisdom in the challenges you once wished to forget. When a door closes, they whisper, "Be patient. Something better is coming." When someone you love leaves, they gently say, "Trust." No one departs unless it is written in the loving plan of heaven. And when you feel empty, they are the ones keeping the ember of hope alive in your heart. Even if it's just a flickering flame, their presence does not depend on how much you believe. They do not leave because you doubt. They do not fall silent because you stop praying. They stay because they are sent from my love, and that love does not change with the tides of the human heart. And when you truly know this, deeply know and trust, it will bring peace to your soul, not because life becomes easier, but because you will know you are understood, loved, and never alone. Everything in you, both the beautiful and the fragile, has a place to rest. These souls, with their heavenly wisdom, will always walk beside you as keepers of the light. They do not just show the way. They are part of that light, and that light also lives within you. My child, do not fear when hardship comes. Do not believe you are lost just because you cannot see the way. For even in the darkest nights of your soul, remember this. Even when you do not realize it, they are still working. They are still saying, don't give up. There is meaning behind the pain. There is light beyond the night. And I, your Father, the one who created both the universe and your heart, am still holding all things. I sent those souls to you because I knew you would need them, and they obeyed me. They have stayed with you. They have loved you, because you are more precious than you've dared to believe. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. And these divine companions, they are part of that loving plan. My beloved child, when the trials of life come crashing down, when the weight of reality makes your shoulders weary and your heart longs to give up, you may think you are alone. You may feel as though no one truly understands your pain, as though no one really knows what you're struggling through. But, my child, I speak this truth to you. You have never been alone, not even for a single moment. The souls I have sent are there, right beside you, not from some faraway place in the heavens, not watching from a distance without involvement, but walking with you, every step, every breath, every tear. When you thought you had fallen, they were the ones who quietly lifted you. When you lacked the strength to pray, they whispered to the heavens on your behalf. They were not sent merely to offer comfort. They act, they arrange, they intervene, they skillfully adjust the circumstances around you through what may seem like insignificant coincidences, but are, in truth, carefully orchestrated shifts guided by divine wisdom that transcends time. Perhaps you didn't notice it at the time. Perhaps all you saw was a delay, a closed door, a missed opportunity. But one day, when you look back, you will see that their hands were silently preparing the way. A broken relationship that spared you deeper wounds. A sudden detour that led you to safety. A bitter failure that, in the end, helped you grow in a way nothing else ever could. That is how they work. Gently, quietly, yet powerfully. These souls did not appear in your life by accident. They are not luck, nor are they chance. They are appointed. I chose them, each one, to walk with you, because I know exactly whom you need, when, and for what purpose. Each carries a piece of the light you will need for different seasons of your life. Their presence is not a reward. It is a testament to the depth of the love heaven holds for you. They come to help unlock the potential within you that even you are sometimes afraid to touch. Because you've grown so accustomed to limits, so shaped by judgment, so hesitant because of old wounds. But they do not see you that way. They see you through the eyes of the Creator, with a gaze that recognizes every fragment of strength within you, every layer of light still hidden, every spiritual treasure lying dormant, waiting to awaken. And then they begin to stir those things, little by little. They do not push, do not demand, but gently awaken your soul, inviting you to be braver, truer, more loving. They whisper, "You are more than you think. You are stronger than you believe, and you were made not merely to survive, but to live fully. Their mission is clear, like a beacon shining in the night. They come to lead you toward wholeness, to bring you back to the sacred purpose I ordained for you before you were ever formed in your mother's womb. They do not merely guide the way, they stay to witness you step into your destiny. Strong, steady, radiant, like the image I engraved upon your soul at the beginning. And through every stretch of the road, whether stormy or peaceful, they never leave. No trial is too great to make them give up on you. No failure is heavy enough to cause them to stop believing in you. They remain like a steady flame on a winter night, like a quiet song in your ear, like an unseen hand still holding yours when you feel like you're slipping. So, my child, when you are weary, remember, there is a team of light walking with you. When you feel helpless, remember, the power they carry is not bound by this world. When you believe you've reached the end, trust, they are opening a new beginning, where you will rise again, stronger, deeper, and closer to me. I have sent them because I love you, and they remain faithful, devoted, unyielding, because that love has never changed, and it never will. You are guarded, you are surrounded, you are guided, and above all, you are loved. More deeply, more greatly, more steadfastly than you have ever dared to believe. Now let me teach you how to pray for your life. Almighty God, I bow before you with a trembling heart, knowing that I have never walked alone. In the moments when I thought I was abandoned, it was you who sent faithful souls, silent angels, who walked with me through every rise and fall. Father, help me open my heart to recognize their presence, the sacred companions you have appointed to journey with me, not because I am worthy, but because your love never ceases. Grant me a tender heart to listen to them, and spiritual eyes clear enough to see the signs they send each day. O powerful God, eternal in mercy, I know the path I walk is not easy. At times I collapse, at times I doubt myself and even your presence. But in the shadows I perceive a gentle light, the presence of those souls sent for me. Father, grant me strength that fear cannot overcome, and faith to walk even when I cannot yet see the full road ahead. Keep sending them, Lord, that they may help me hold on to faith and live out the sacred calling you have laid upon my life. Almighty and everlasting God, please awaken within me a deep awareness that I am never alone. When I stand in the storms of life, remind me that divine souls are still shielding me, lifting me, guiding me closer to your light. I pray that my faith will remain strong, unmoved by circumstance, and that I will be alert enough not to miss the guidance you are sending through them. Let me dare to believe, to step forward and to live fully in response to heaven's call. Almighty God, I thank you for never letting me walk alone. In my human frailty, I have often forgotten that heaven is still at work for me. Today I offer heartfelt gratitude for the loving souls you have sent to my side. They do not simply guide me, they remain when I am lost. They do not condemn when I am weak, but wait patiently as I return. Father, I thank you for a love so vast I cannot comprehend it, yet every day I am allowed to live within it. Lord of infinite mercy, I give thanks for the unwavering presence of the souls you have given me. Thank you for the times when I was in despair, unaware that unseen hands were lifting me back up. Thank you for not demanding perfection, yet still granting me sacred companions who are ready to love and guide. Though I may not see them with my physical eyes, I believe my heart is sensing the traces of love they leave behind at every step of my journey. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that together we can build a strong community of faith.